Hey, VB family, it's Chris from All Volleyball, and we are where the game begins. I'm back here for another round of our AMA series with pro player and Olympian TJ Defalco. TJ, thanks for being here with us today. I know you got a busy couple weeks coming up, finishing up the VNLs and then off to Paris. So really appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Well, always got to make time for the things you got to make time for. And this is 10 minutes of a little section of time. So I'm glad to eat. Very, very easy to make that happen.
Yeah, much appreciated. Here with us as well is Brandon Kimbrell. He's the month's AMA contest winner. Brandon, you're the coach and owner of the Talent Volleyball Club in Escondido, California. Could you just tell us a little bit more about yourself and kind of your experience with the game?
Yeah. So my background, I started playing right in high school. Led me to play in the Division Two and or NCAA Division Two at Belmont Abbey College. Might have heard of it, TJ. We played you guys in the first round at the playoffs. But I went and graduated, got my accounting degree. I'm doing accounting now, and I came back to my hometown of Escondido. My alma mater was lacking in the volleyball department, so I wanted to help. And the best way I could figure out is by starting my own summer camp. And then it just blossomed from there. Now we're running, it's just for boys. We're running local teams where we compete in local tournaments. And we have guys who have been able to afford our local team more so than the travel team. And that's really what's helped us blossom and actually get guys to kind of trampoline up to even the next level where they go and join the travel teams.
Very cool. Yeah. Really appreciate what you're doing out there in Escondido. Brandon, I know you got some questions that you've written up, so I'll let you guys take it away and you can talk shop for a while.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, first off, it's a pleasure to meet you. Obviously, I've heard a lot about you. And I mean, living in Southern California, it's hard not to hear the name TJ Defalco. I guess I have a bunch of questions here. First, I know your first Olympics was in Tokyo. Obviously, we had the COVID year. Based off your experience in Tokyo, what are you doing to prepare differently this time for Paris?
Yeah, good question. There's a lot of different things going into the Olympics, and from what I've heard from all the different things and the stories that I've heard from the other fellow Olympians on the team, that wasn't necessarily a real Olympic experience. That there was no fans in the arena, and you had all the quarantines, the tests, the this is the that's, and that wasn't necessarily a very good Olympic experience. And so all the things that I've heard about all the other the real Olympics, if you will, is that there's so many other mental warfare things that you have to deal with. There's 16, 15, 20, however many thousands fans, and there's millions of people watching on TV. And then it's also the fact that the mental awareness, you're in the Olympics. And so it's a much different landscape. So right now I'm just preparing for this Olympics as if it was my first, because this will be my first real experience of it.
Oh, that's awesome. And I see that you've played in various professional leagues, around the world. I think Italy and Poland, correct?
Yeah.
How do the styles differ between these leagues, and how has that influenced the way you approach the game?
Yeah. I'd say the Italy and Poland are the two best leagues in the world. There's a little bit of a conversation for Russia in there, just because the guys in Russia are extremely physical, and they don't see that really anywhere else in the world. But all of the best professional players in the world are flocking to Italy and Poland. So those leagues are highly cited on like the ball control aspect of the game, volleyball IQ, and then also there's a little bit more of a physicality aspect of the Poland pro league than compared to Italy. But yeah, they're both such a high level that you got to have a mixture of both to be able to compete in those leagues anyway.
So as a coach, team dynamics are so crucial in volleyball. How do you and your teammates build and maintain chemistry on and off the court?
That's probably one of the biggest things that I've started to realize over the course of the last 5 years of me going to a new professional team and then coming back with the national team and all that stuff, is that having a relationship off the court is just as, or if not more important than on the relationship on the court for some aspects of the game. And that reflects in, because I'm an outside, so I'm passing next to the libero most of the time, and also the other outside. We got to have a good relationship on the court to know when we say something, we're going to do it. And we got to have that trust of like we got to play together, like you said, the team dynamics of it. But then it's also, then that reflects the rest of the team, like the defensive and offensive schemes and the systems we have inside the place. You got to have trust in knowing this guy's going to do what he says he's going to do, and then that revolves around for everybody on the court. And so I think the dynamic off the court gives you a little bit of that, like kind of like leeway into understanding on the court relationships a little bit. And I think it's very important to have, and I had some experiences where it's like, I don't really like this guy per se off the court. But then you got to figure out how to make it work on the court. So there's different styles and different things you got to deal with sometimes, but always having a good relationship off the court is a huge benefit for on the court.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So as you know, I work with a lot of kids as a club owner and coach. A lot of them are actually aspiring to even go play collegiately. What kind of advice would you give a young athlete, that has that kind of aspiration?
It's one thing to have an aspiration to want to go do something. And then there's another thing of you got the bug and you're just addicted completely to a sport. And then you kind of you can't eat, think, sleep about anything but the game. And if you got the bug, then that aspiration is going to come in. That's already included in that. But if they have an aspiration and they're willing to put in the work and understand that it's a long process, then I would just say, one of the things that I did when I was a very young kid was I would take a ball and hit it against the wall for hours. Because I love the sport. I had the bug and I just wanted to hit the ball and do this for how couldn't even imagine how many hours I actually did that for. But little things like that. It's like, if you got the aspiration, it's like, well, I want to be there and I see myself there, then you got to do the small things and you got to grind it out. You got to get in, you got to put in their 10,000 hours and you got to get in and do it. But for the people with the bug, I feel like it's a little bit easier for them to be like, yeah, I'm going to go hit the ball against the wall for 3 hours a day. No problem. Love it. And that's the kind of thing that you got to be into. You got to just get in and understand, or don't even think about the long term. Just get in and do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll come.
No, I resonate with that so much. You should have seen the side of my parents' house growing up. The stucco on the side was all coming down because I was either hitting the ball against it or setting against it. I played outside hitter also in college and opposite. But now when you said, hitting against the wall, it's like, oh man, that really resonated with me. So what kind of drills or training routines have you found most effective in improving your skills and maintaining that peak performance?
I get these type of questions a lot. And I feel like when the people ask me these questions, they're expecting like some high level, it's super difficult and super complicated and all that stuff. And then I kind of surprised them when I redirected it to the basics are the most important thing in this sport and in any sport. If you can't do the basics, you're not going to do the advanced stuff. So I still have drills, 3 or 4 drills every day that I do now. That is basics, moving my feet to a pass, getting my hands here when I'm setting, going in and having a strong approach toward the ball when I'm attacking. Like those are so rudimentary. We're teaching them to 12 and 13-years-olds, but we're still doing them in the Olympic gym because it's so important to have a grasp of, I fully believe in muscle memory. When everything's going crazy and it's hectic and you're maybe, for example, when I'm playing at the Olympics and it's, the fans are really loud, we're getting maybe a bad scenario in the game or something like that. I would like to say that I fall back onto muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
And I fall back to my training, as Alan Knipe said to me when I was in Long Beach, is just fall back to your training. Don't worry about it. You've done this for thousands and thousands of hours. Just go back to the basics and you'll be good.
Yeah,
that's what I think is definitely.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback off that, this why I know this wasn't something I prepared, but when was the last time you did the butterfly drill?
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
it's like the basic, hey, they hit it over. I pass a setter, then I go to setter.
yeah, 3 days ago, probably.
Yeah, exactly. I have kids. I have kids all the time. Why are we doing this? I'm like, you need to do it. Everybody's doing it. It's the basics.
100%.
That's awesome. Do you have any pre-match rituals or superstitions that you follow?
I'd like to say that I'm not super superstitious, but then when I look back and kind of go over my game day routine, I am a little bit superstitious. There's only thing that I would say that I try to follow to a T is just listen to some sort of hype up music. So whether it's rock, I'm listening to something like that, or I get the juices flowing. That's the only thing that because if I get into, I'm the type of person, if I get into thinking too much and I psych myself out, that'll greatly diminish my productivity on the court. So I just go in and just try to relax and just listen to not relax, try to get hyped up, but calm the mind and go in a different route. Just listen to some music and just kind of feel it and be there and get hyped up and get the energies flowing. But then other than that, no, I don't have any superstitions.
And then for my last question, what's one thing about you that fans might be surprised to learn?
I would assume, no, I'm not going to assume anything, but I think a lot of fans know this already. But my family is big enough to be its own volleyball team. There's 7 kids, and yeah, so we got our own Defalco volleyball team. We got it at the house.
Yeah, I also hear you have a sister who plays beach.
Yeah, she played beach at GCU and then Washington, and then now she's done with volleyball. Yeah, so we got the whole squad.
Nice. Well, it's got to be a real competitive family gatherings.
Yeah, it is. We got to figure out how to create volleyball games wherever we can, and we're always playing the sport. It's pretty awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, TJ. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely, Brandon. Thank you.
Well, seriously, again, huge thanks to both of you. We're glad we could get you together. TJ, wishing you and Team USA the best of luck through the remainder of the VNL, and then we'll be cheering you on from All Volleyball headquarters in St. Louis when you guys are in Paris. And thank you, Brandon, for your time and such great questions. We want to say good luck to you and talent team, in the remainder of this season and the upcoming season.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity. And good luck to you, TJ. We'll be cheering from Southern California for you.
Let's go.
Just as a reminder to anybody watching, you can find everything you need to get game day ready, including our exclusive brands, Custom Fuse and Volley Strong at allvolleyball.com.